now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PUCL Podcast.
It's PUCL! PUCL! It's PUCL! PUCL! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! PUCL! PUCL.
And welcome to the 554th episode of the PUCL Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, back from the land of Chicago. Here today with my spectacular co-host, we've got the one and only Lord Jushiro.
Some say, how are you, my peeps?
And we've got the one and only, an actual Lord, Seth Vilo.
Some say someone needs to get a title here.
An actual Lord.
You own land?
Welcome to the PUCL Podcast. PUCL, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in the year 2007. We talk everything here, Pokemon, from the trading card game to the video game to everything in between. Though the community's been really, I don't know if upset's the right word. They've been like really, not critical either. They've really just made notice of like my love of the TCG right now.
Yeah.
Like it's on Discord, it's on Twitter, it's everywhere. They're just like, Thatch has been talking a lot about TCG.
You're welcome.
People change them.
You should blame Seth, not Thatch.
It's my fault.
It is Seth's fault. Because Seth one day was like, in May was like, hey, you want to go to Pokemon Nationals? And I was like, yeah, why not? And so we went to Pokemon Nationals. I'm like, I guess I should bring a deck so I could have some fun. And the number of cards I purchased and then the decks I didn't play, and the fact, because like I sat there and I told myself, I'm like, top decks right now are Mew, Arceus, and Palkia. And I'm like, man, I'm not going to pay for any of that, you know? And I own Palkia now.
I was about to say, what have you got coming in the mail in the next week?
And then the next week, I think on Monday, I believe Arceus will be here.
Nice.
So, Arceus will be here, but that's because I'm prepping for Giratina.
Yeah.
I'm prepping for Giratina in the next set, so it's definitely I thought that was funny, but I also have been playing the video game, so I did do that this week. I actually had a blast on stream on Thursday because I try to stream 2 days a week. I think the Monday might move though to like a Tuesday.
Yeah, because
there's like a more convenient Pokemon League to go to than the one I've been going to.
Convenience is nice.
Well, yeah, it's Dayton, Ohio, specifically like where I live in Dayton, Ohio. I live in legitimately just like the worst place to get anywhere around town. Like everywhere is like 20, 30 minutes away.
Yeesh.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, if you lived in a normal city, the normal city would have like roads set up so that you could get places quickly with like highways. And you cannot do that from where I live.
Right.
I literally do not live like close enough to a highway that goes north-south. So it makes getting everywhere so painful. But they did just start a new Pokemon League at a game store like close to where I work, which is significantly more convenient to go to.
Yeah.
Then because like I could just go after work and then I could just go home, and that's only like a 15-minute drive instead of a 25-minute drive.
Heck yeah.
Which is what I'm here for. So that's what I'm going to do. The only downside is the new store that started the league doesn't have singles yet.
Yeah, that's always a bummer.
Yeah, which is half the reason I was going to the other one was because like if I want to build a deck for League that week, I can just show up a little bit early and like I'll just go get the cards I need, and it's never that terribly expensive. And that was the only convenient part. So maybe like I'll still go to that one occasionally, but yeah, I think moving the stream to Tuesday is better for my schedule so I can get it rolling.
Yep, we can do that,
and then I can go play League. Pop. But yeah, so I did that. But no, on Thursday I played a Nuzlocke of Ultra Moon, and I did not realize how hard that game is actually to Nuzlocke.
Really?
It is one of the harder games to Nuzlocke, in my opinion.
How so?
I mean, at least so far. I mean, I lost like on stream, like within 2 hours I lost.
Wow.
And it's and it's Ultra Moon, and Ultra Moon is if we all remember Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
So that, like you said, 2 hours, right? So that means you got like through the catching tutorial in those 2 hours. That's it?
I got through trader school. Like, no joke.
Oh my God.
Like, no joke. We got through the trader school, and then it was, you have to go fight Ilma, though, right?
Oh, yeah, him.
And that battle is actually incredibly difficult, especially if you're playing with the level caps.
Yeah.
Because level cap at that point is still level 12. And he's got a level, in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, he's got a level 9 Young Goose and a level 10 Smeargle. But the Smeargle has an attack that's super effective against your starter.
Yeah.
As well as tackle. So it could stab. And it's just incredibly difficult if you do not catch the right team. And like, it was just all the dice were rolled against us. That's what happened that game. It wasn't like we would have come out of that very, very scarred, but we would have been able to come out of that had some things gone in our favor. Like we had his Young Goose down to something like -4 accuracy, and it hit like everything. It missed like one attack out of like 7. And I was just like, are you kidding me? That's not how this works.
Goodness.
On top of that, we didn't get like the best rolls in terms of Pokemon catches. We ended up with a pretty frail team. It was like we got Litten, which is kind of frail at the start, and then you had Wingull, which is not bulky. Grubbin, which is okay, but not the best either. And you can have up to 5 Pokemon at this point in the Nuzlocke, but we missed one because it was an Abra, and it did not get in the ball.
Of course.
And not like it would have been much help, right?
Dang.
Not like it would have been much help.
Yeah, not with level cap.
Yeah, and then we also had, what was the other one? Oh my gosh, I forget, because it died. Who cares? Oh, Alolan Meowth. So, like, those things aren't bulky. None of these things are bulky, and Young Goose is like, let me get you with that stab tackle. Also, I forget, like, everything early game in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, it has, like, Pursuit as well. I forgot that move existed. Because it's not in Sword and Shield, right? And for good reason, because Pursuit's awful, in my opinion. It's just awful.
Breaks the game?
I don't know if it breaks the game. It's just awful. It feels very unfair, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It just feels very unfair.
I'm kind of okay with it not being here. I'm curious what moves will be called next set, but that's
right?
Thought for another day.
Yeah, I think when we get closer, like September, we should have that conversation.
Yeah.
Because I think I want like one more trailer before I do more speculation on Scarlet and Violet, right? Like
exactly. Like tell me the name of the region, please. Like
yeah, right? Tell me like anything. Like give me another set of Pokemon. Another set of 3 Pokemon would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be into that.
Even if it's the regional PG or Rattata.
I don't know. I would really just like to see if there's even regionals in this game, right? I assume there will be. Yeah. Because that's been like a banger of a success for them. That's like the one mechanic they're like willing to carry over, it seems like, right now.
I'm okay with that. It's quote unquote new Pokemon, so.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that too. And I would love to just see what they're doing with it.
It's a happy middle ground.
I don't know. This has been a really, really bad news cycle, I think, even compared to Sword and Shield.
Yeah, they've been not working up the hype.
Like Sword and Shield was pretty barren. This is pretty bad. At this point, I don't expect anything until Worlds.
Yeah.
I really don't expect anything until Pokemon Worlds.
That's a month out.
Yeah, it's a month away. So it's not too far away, but that's honestly when I expect the next trailer.
Yeah.
Because they always announce something. And I mean, I guess the next trailer would be like, oh, hey, Pokemon V are dead. And
yay.
Yeah.
Thatch has to rebuild his deck and take Arceus out. Ah ha ha ha.
That's fine. I've got contingencies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two deck lists for Giratina floating around.
Yeah, there are. Yeah. There's several deck lists.
Yeah, there's a couple deck lists for Giratina floating around, and a lot of them are just almost entirely an F block.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, but I've been talking too much. I'm sorry, guys. This is Thatch's fault. Have you guys been doing anything?
No.
Well, I've been playing a lot of Unite.
Yeah, I know. That's what before the show I could tell.
Yep. Playing a lot of Unite, so it's been a lot of fun. There's the 1-year anniversary event going on right now, so they're giving away a tons of stuff. There was a huge...
I think we have that in the news. We should if we don't, but it's probably in the news.
Yeah, we can cover that. So, so it's been a lot of fun. They're adding new exciting Pokemon, so I've been doing a lot of that.
Good. Fun times all around. So yeah, that's I haven't been doing too much other than just playing Pokemon, I guess is the word. Though I have been playing a lot more Pokemon in like related things in general than I have been in a very long time. Partially thanks to Seth, but also because I've been trying to like stream more. And it's not that I don't like playing, it's just that some days I'm just like, should I stream? And then other days I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then I have a good time doing it because I like hanging out with people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick it on over to the news. So let's cue that epic music.
Coming to you live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
And welcome to the news. In the news, we've got a bit to talk about today. Most of it's not very exciting, but there's a lot of little things that happened, I guess. So the eShop purchasing is going to officially die on March 27th, 2023. So that's this upcoming March for both the Wii U and the 3DS. After which Bank will be free on the 3DS, but you do have to have Bank downloaded before it becomes free. You can still download things off of the eShop currently. It's just like a very weird workaround you have to do. Like you can link your Nintendo account to your Switch and still like insert money from your Switch onto your Nintendo account and then use it on your 3DS.
Weird.
Yeah, well, it's because they shut off the credit card processing this year.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to pay for that anymore, and I can completely understand.
Yeah, makes sense.
But apparently Fire Emblem Fates also goes away a month earlier than that. We're just it's all very confusing because Fire Emblem Fates, if you played Fire Emblem Fates, there are 3 versions of that game, but one of them was like exclusively digital. However, if you were like me and you thought that was dumb, they did sell an edition at launch that was all 3 games on the same cartridge.
Mark off your bingo cards, folks. We said it. We said the Fire Emblem.
Well, Seth, tell us about the most exciting news on this list, I guess.
Honestly, it kind of is. So, in a little teaser thing on Twitter, I watched it happen. It was crazy. Squishmallows has partnered with Pokemon, and they will be offering official Pokemon Squishmallows for those of y'all into that whole subcult. I love it though. I'm kind of in it.
I've never bought a Squishmallow. The closest thing I have is the Piplup we got at
that's
at
close.
It's close, but I don't think it's an actual Squishmallow.
Yeah, these ones are, and they have revealed Pikachu and Gengar. They will be available on the official Pokemon Center website.
I think there's also like a Snorlax and something else. There's a Snorlax.
Maybe. I think those are something else, but the ones that I know for a fact are Pikachu, Gengar. There might be others.
I heard there were 2 more. I forget what the other one was. One's a Snorlax and the other one's something else.
I know it's impossible, but I swear to God, if they have a Sableye, I will flip.
That definitely won't be in Wave 1. Okay.
No, it won't be.
They lean on Gen 1 so heavily, but they never recreate like the art style for any of the new Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it makes me really sad. I'm like, you guys had such bangers. Like, why don't you just do it again? I think it'd be fun.
But yeah, so that's the biggest news of this whole entire set. So
Yeah. All right, Jushiro, you get to talk for a long time here.
Yeah, so first, let's talk about the release of the Scarlet and Violet theme.
They had like an orchestra playing it on YouTube. It was cute.
Yes, it was very cute, and they also took that opportunity to reveal the 3 starter plushies for Scarlet and Violet. I do not...
Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley.
Are now revealed, so you can soon get those starters plushies to add to your collection. So that's exciting. And then, and this is where I take issue with Thatch and Seth, there's no good news issue. With actually, Pokemon Unite is going through their first year anniversary, and I believe I might be the only guy still in Puckle playing it, but still.
You absolutely are not.
You guys.
You are absolutely are not.
Yeah, there's occasionally people in the voice chat for it. We still got those channels set up for doing Unite battles. I saw some in there the other day.
Unlike other Pokemon spin-off games in recent memory, it has not died.
This one's good, actually.
No, it's actually growing.
Unite's fun. I have nothing against Unite. The problem I have is nothing with Unite. The problem I have is that I try to do everything Pokemon all the time, and I think Unite requires far more dedication than I'm willing to put into it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But if you're in it just for funds, there's still good enough things for you. So what does the event bring, and why I'm so excited about it? Because it brings so much. First, they're going to introduce 6 new Pokemons, which we only know 3 of them. They're starting with the release of Glaceon now on the 21st. The event started. He's free to play, free to get. If you play, you have to do, I think it's 100 matches, and then you're able to get Glaceon for free. Later on August 3, we're going to have Buzzwold, our first beast.
Ultra Beast.
I was going to say beast mode because for whatever reason I'm in Seattle. But yes, the Ultra Beast, the first Ultra Beast introduced in Pokemon Unite. And then the most exciting one so far is Tyranitar. T-Tar is coming to Unite in August 15. He already looks like he's going to break the game. And people are both excited and terrified of when he comes into the game. Now, that is followed by a slew of things that you can play as well. Many of you know that the catch mode has been added, which you can go into match, battle wild Pokemons, catch them, and then transform into them or use them to battle. It's a lot of fun, but they've also introduced Bus Rush. And what I really like about Bus Rush is basically, if you ever play Final Fantasy XIV, it's basically battle, right? It's MMO bosses. You and your team go against giant Articunos and Zapdos and Regigigas, and you beat them down in order to farm energy and emblems. Now, what are emblems? That's the other mode that they added. Emblems are now ways that you can customize your play, not necessarily your own Pokemon, but your play, in which you add more attack, more speed, and the combinations of these emblems, which are, by the way, you can farm them, and they all come in the original Pokédex flavor from 1 to 99. They're going to be adding more 100 emblems every update. And and so you collect them. They come in bronze, cute. Silver, and gold. Obviously, the higher the color, the more powerful is the emblem. And it's just adding so much more customization. Like I have a setup for my Blissey. I play support a lot. So for my Blissey, I added a set of emblems of 6 white emblems with 4 green emblems, which gives me a 4% more HP, 4% more defense, so I can be more tanky and I can heal and I can last longer as I play support with my Blissey. That's the type of things you can do with emblems in Pokemon Unite. You can completely customize and now buff up your Pokemon in order to fit your gameplay. So that has been a whole lot of fun. Oh, by the way, it's also not pay to win. You cannot buy energy to get these emblems. The only way that you can farm this is by playing. That's it. You just have to play, gain the energy, and unlock them. So no, there's no people who were very afraid about the whole it's going to be pay to win with the emblems. No, they made it so the energy is locked into what you play. The only thing you can do is pay a little bit of gems to accelerate how much you get in between battles, but you can't just straight up buy them. So it does have a mechanic. Yep, it does have a very fair mechanic.
That's fair. It's like, it feels semi-reminiscent of Star Wars Battlefront 2, but that's a different story for a different day.
Right. But it has changed the whole meta. I used to, like I said, I played Blissey and super good at Blissey, but my first match with emblems, I noticed that I couldn't keep anyone alive. I didn't have my own emblems equipped because everyone just upped their damage so much. It was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. No, actually, it's just, let me finish the anecdote. I should have finished it. Then later I modified my emblems where I gave myself more HP and more defense, and now I'm up to par in the game. So it really is.
It's just like another layer of things on top of the items. It's just a new mechanic.
Right. And it's the first, the thing about, the thing about the Unite, there's really nothing, other than coins. There really wasn't anything else to farm, right?
Yeah.
You just needed coins to buy more
that
Pokemon.
Makes sense. That makes sense. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, this gives a layer of, no, I should play so I can farm, so I can get the emblems, so I can power up the Pokemon that I like to use. So it gives you a reason to go and play the game, not just for fun or for rankings, but also to farm and to prepare your teams. If you have your favorite Pokemon, then you can farm for those emblems that you really want to make your favorite Pokemon more powerful in game.
Sounds
10
good.
out of 10, guys. Go play Pokemon Unite. You're going to have a lot of fun. Seriously, the game is growing a lot. So give it another chance. So for those of you that already tried and haven't come back, remember, we get Glaceon for free if you play this on this week's event.
Well, there we go. Well, now we're going to shift gears. Starting July 27th, which is this week, Hisuian forms for Quillfish, Growlithe, and Sneasel will be added for the event. I think notably, Overquill and neither is Sneasler in the game. It's just those two.
I think that sounds right. Yeah, you can't evolve.
Quillfish will be in the wild, and they'll also be in 7K eggs. There's also a good chance that Braviary, Hisuian Braviary, will be added after Go Fest this weekend. So yeah, go get that. I'll let you do it, Seth. I didn't think that was going to be that quick.
Yeah, sure. All good. August Community Day has been announced, and it will be on the 13th from 11 to 12 your time. And will feature Galarian Zigzagoon, which is actually kind of a cool shiny. Yeah.
That's actually good.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And when it evolves up into Obstagoon, it will get the move Obstruct, which it doesn't get normally in Go.
I wonder how far in advance Niantic actually plans their community days, because I feel this one feels like very reactive to everybody going, yeah, Starly Community Day was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And they're just like, but Galarian Zigzagoon! Just like, okay, thank you.
Which, fine, I guess.
Yeah.
I would rather have, like, a pseudo, please.
There's also a new setting that's been added, and one that will make it easier for me to level up my friendship in Pokemon Go.
Yes.
That allows you to open up gifts while you have a full bag for 50 Stardust.
Yes. Oh my god.
How have they just only implemented this now? It's been 3 years. I haven't opened gifts forever because I always have a full bag.
I've been insulting my friends for too long.
All right, so final part of the news today. We've got Puckle's Poke Prediction, PPP. Quarterfinals are over in the anime now, and it's been building up for over 2 years or so. Who takes the win, Ash or Leon? Cynthia stops Ash as a valid option. Tobias returns as a secret champion is not, but will be a YouTube meme option. But yeah, I don't know. I think that Ash will probably win just because they've been building it up. And, like, how anticlimactic would it be for him to, like, go through all of this?
Exactly.
Oh, golly gee, Pikachu didn't do it.
Well, it's not like in previous leagues where, like, the whole point was, like, oh, he's improving. He's getting better. Because, like, I think one of the best anime moments in Pokemon was, like, the Indigo League top 16.
Yeah.
I don't know. He finished off a Metagross by using Iron Tail on it with a Pikachu.
It's fine.
I don't know if he's improved.
I mean, his placement's improved, right? I think it is really, really interesting to see him do stuff like that, though.
Wow, my first defeat was to Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town. He must be a notable trainer.
Yeah, and then he's like, okay, on to the next region. I gotta get 8 more badges.
Looks like my time as the undefeated has come to an end, just in time for Generation 8 to end.
Yes.
What's Generation 8, Leon?
I don't know.
We're actually moving on to Generation 11 based on the internal code of Pokemon Home, so...
That's true.
Based on the internal...
It's like the Doctor Who regenerations. They're all over the place.
Boo-woo. No, it kind of is now. Everything's a mess. Everything's a mess. Generations don't exist anymore. It's just Pokemon. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so before we move on, though, and we move on to Puckle's Poke Quiz today, I do want to make a note that we do have the Triple Tri-Attack Triathlon, which is our VGC team thing. It's very fun. I signed up for it. You could be on Thatch's team if you sign up. You should go to our Discord and do it. What this is you play VGC on Showdown, but you're paired up with 2 other Puckalonians. And what happens is you can you all play VGC matches against another team of 3. And whoever wins 2 out of the 3 matches ends up winning that match point or whatever. But the interesting thing is nobody can use the same Pokemon, right, on your team. So there's 3 teams of 6. All 18 of those Pokemon have to be different. So if Seth and I were on a team, we both couldn't use Incineroar.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I believe it's Spikemuth Cup rules too, because we didn't want to play with Zacian.
Oh yeah, this sounds like the MOBA.
It kind of is.
Where you get to
It kind of is.
Yeah,
it kind of is. It's really
awesome.
fun though.
Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
fun, and honestly, it's just like a great way to like meet other people in the Puckle community if you're trying to meet new people in the Puckle community. I'm always a big fan. We did this last year, and it's my favorite event. I think it's my favorite event because like I got put with like random people, and I got to talk to people that I normally don't talk to in Puckle, and I love that. I love that. So I think everybody should do this. I think we purposely make it so that like we like co-hosts don't get paired together. You like the co-host will meet new people, which I think is a lot of fun. So yeah, go sign up for the Triple Tri Attack Triathlon. That's a mouthful. The TTT, the Triple T.
We do like
our acronyms here at the Puckle Podcast. Yes, we do. All right, but on that note, we are going to kick things on over to Puckle's Poke Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Hello and welcome to the Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz your co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Professor Snag with the rules. The co-hosts are working together as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that you, the listeners, have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The hosts can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct without using the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
And welcome to Puckle's Poke Quiz. Thank you for that introduction. We're going to go ahead and we are going to ask you some questions about Pokemon, guys. So our first question this week is going to come to you from Wyatt White. In Pokemon Emerald, the Lightning Rod ability actually has an out-of-battle effect not seen in any other game. What effect is this?
In Pokemon what? I'm sorry?
Pokemon Emerald. Lightning Rod has an out of battle effect, kind of like
out of battle.
If you had like the Suction Cups ability, it makes it easier to catch Pokemon with the rod, right?
Right.
There's an out of battle effect for Lightning Rod in Pokemon Emerald. It's not seen in other games.
Emerald. I'm in
it's,
other.
It's exclusive to
catch
Emerald.
electric Pokemon.
Okay.
It tracks. I think that it tracks other electric Pokemon.
Tracks. What do you mean by that?
Attracts.
Attracts. He said it's a unique one though, so I don't think that's not a unique one because like Magnet Pull can do stuff or something like that can do that. Emerald specifically.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on this one.
Part of me wants to say when you walk through the areas where it's storming, it stops lightning from happening. But that would be
I was
stupid.
gonna say when you go into places with lightnings, the lightnings hit you, but that's equally
that would be
stupid.
crazy. Watch that be it though.
Those are cute answers. I like those.
Yeah. I have no
what
idea.
Can it be? Lightning Rod.
Give me anything. Give me
anything at all. I guess we can go with attracts electric types. I guess. Does that sound good to you, Jushiro?
Yeah. I mean, it's the only thing that I can come up with.
Anything else I come up with?
Attracting electric types is incorrect.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the answer is, and you're not going to punch yourself, but you're going to be like, oh, that makes sense. When a Pokemon with Lightning Rod is in the first party slot, you get Pokénav calls twice as frequently.
Oh, of course.
Wow.
Why didn't we were so close?
Never would have gotten that.
It increases your cell phone reception and people's desire to call you.
That's what it really does.
Yes. Could you imagine if you put a Pokemon
link?
Could you imagine if you put a Pokemon in the first slot of your Pokemon or party and your mom just wants to call you all the time? Like in real life, I'm thinking, right?
Yeah,
your mom just calls you twice as frequently. I couldn't handle that. That Pokemon
I would not have that Pokemon in front. No.
All right. So, love you, Mom, if you listen to this. I don't think you do, but
I know mine doesn't, but love you anyway too, Mom.
Yay!
For posterity.
Right. This is like the one episode where she like checks in on me.
Right.
You know?
You never know.
All right. So this next one is going to come to you from oh my gosh. Both these are bad or hard. Okay, so
we're off to a great start anyway. So
you want to know that was between the two I got to choose from. That was the easier of the two. So
oh God,
this next one is going to come to you from Hoodly Doodly. What is the only Pokemon that gets 2 different abilities that have the exact same in-battle effect?
Repeat the question, please.
Say it again.
Can you say it again?
What is the only Pokemon that gets 2 different abilities that have the exact same in-battle effect?
Isn't it Delibird, where it has 2 abilities, like Insomnia and Vital Spirit? Both of those block sleep from happening?
It could be.
I feel like it's something to do with those abilities specifically, and I don't know if it's like... I don't think the Slacking line has even a hidden ability. I think it is Delibird. I think it's... No. It's... I was thinking something else for a second, like Stunfisk, but it's got Limber now that it can't be paralyzed because it's an electric type, so... No, I think it's Delibird with Insomnia and Vital Spirit.
Yeah, I'll go with it because I have no idea.
Lock in.
Delibird is correct. It has both Vital Spirit and Insomnia.
My man.
You guys are 1 for 2. You're picking it back up. You're on the upswing here, guys. Next question, though, as always, is going to be your Pokedex entry question. This one is going to come to you from Batista. Its Pokemon Sword entry reads, sometimes it misunderstands instructions and appears to be dazed or bewildered. Many trainers don't mind, finding this behavior to be adorable. Who's that Pokemon?
I mean, Slowbro and Slowpoke?
Slowpoke sounds like a good one. What game did it come from again? I'm sorry.
This is from Pokemon Sword.
Sword. I think it was in there. Yeah, because it had... Well, no. Because it wasn't added until the expansion packs.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think it's that one. It wasn't added till Isle and Crown.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you, Dexit, for keeping us in line. A dazed Pokemon that was in Sword and Shield.
It's Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused. Spinda wasn't in this game. That's always about like some other things than Dazed and Confused. Man, I am blanking on my Sword and Shield Pokedex. Do we want to?
Give me
an
absorb
answer.
the hit and just give him an answer.
This is the last question.
No, it's the third one Pokedex entry.
Oh,
so you get a We've
already gotten one wrong though.
That's true. You could use.
We get another entry. We get another entry. So let's throw something out there. I'm riding on my bike in the wild area trying to see what Pokemon are out there in my head.
Let's see if you can randomly find one.
I need an answer here, guys. You gotta make a decision. You can use the hint, buy yourself extra time, or you gotta give me an answer.
Not yet. We gotta get to the second Pokedex entry. Hippopotas.
Hippopotas is incorrect.
Dang it.
This one is going to be from Pokemon Y.
Okay.
It attacks with retractable horns. It throws a punch that's the equivalent force of 100 pro boxers.
What? What?
Krogunk?
Retractable horns.
Oh, horns, not claws.
Toxicroak.
No, but again, that's not horns.
Yeah.
Retractable horns.
I don't know that Toxicroak's claws are retractable either.
Yeah.
So it tells me like
I like this.
These are weird. These are weird. But there is that one frog that Toxicroak is based on that when it's threatened will break its bones and push them through its skin. Like,
that sounds fun.
So it could be horns. If it's broken bones.
Oh my god. Horns looks dumb. It's an X and Y and Sword and Shield. Why is this so hard?
Retractable horns that punches.
It also likes the rain.
That should be a giveaway.
It also likes I think Toxicroak's a viable answer because of that quote unquote hint. I think it's viable. Want to go with it?
Let's go.
Toxicroak, lock in.
Toxicroak is incorrect.
Dang it.
The answer is Goodra.
What? Oh.
These are both Goodra entries.
Yeah, they call those
Goodra
horns.
punches?
Yeah.
Yes, it punches
little,
with the horns.
I don't feel bad missing that one.
You guys are 1 for 3.
Woohoo!
Your next question is going to be your multi-answer question. You can get up to 3 points here. This one is going to come to you from Gus. What are the 5 current type combinations that only have one weakness? These are combinations that exist.
Okay.
This is just type combos, no abilities involved, just the type combinations. There are
Understood.
5 type combinations that only have one weakness.
Okay, so Ghost Dark, yeah, right out the gate, we got Sableye with only weak to Fairy.
That is correct. Also Spiritomb, but also yes.
I said the important one.
Normal Ghost. That has no.
Yeah,
it does exist. Normal Ghost exists.
Weak to Dark.
Oh, Dark.
And
yeah, so it's weak to Dark.
I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because its ghost will be ineffective and so is fighting.
Yeah, that one.
That is correct.
That's two.
Okay.
That's 2.
We've
that's
got
a point.
got all the
That's a point.
all the bug steals that are only weak to fire.
That is also correct.
Right.
That is 3. You got to get another one to get 2 points. There are 2 more you're missing.
Okay.
There are 2 more you're missing, and they're surprisingly like, I mean, you see them everywhere because they're good, because they only have one weakness, right?
Exactly. Rotom Wash with Levitate. No. Not.
No abilities.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Ba 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 bam 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 ba ba bam.
Do they have to be dual type combinations?
Yes.
I mean, what other
Not
type
just pure
there
electric?
is?
Or
Yes.
just normal?
No, it has to be pure. It has to be type combinations.
Type combination.
I imagine something's got to do with electric because it's only got one.
I'll give you the free hint that nothing has to do with electric here.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, good job, me.
No, but he did say that it's fairly common competitively because of how good the typing is.
Yes.
So,
One of them for sure is like on every VGC team, and then another one is like
No.
I was gonna say Fire Dart.
Fire Dart.
The
yes.
Incineroar type.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's not on everyone, but it's always in like every meta. It's in like every meta since it's been introduced.
It's not
Oh my
Landorus.
god, help me here.
Landorus is barely seeing any
Is it?
play.
Oh, still flying. No.
Steel flying, electric and fire.
Claude will be very upset.
Linoon.
No.
Dark Norm. No.
You do have the hint, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna burn it anyway. Let's do the hint. Why not? We've already gotten
Yes,
a couple
this
incorrect.
is for 2 points here. Okay, so
Okay. Yeah.
one of these Pokemon or one of these type combinations. Both these type combinations are present in Pokemon introduced in Generation 4. I believe one of the type combinations was actually introduced in Generation 4, and then the other one was on a starter, a fully evolved starter,
Okay.
not necessarily in Generation 4.
Got it. So fully evolved starters, not Gen 1, not Gen 2, Gen 3.
Yeah,
No, that's just water. Well, water ground is only weak to grass.
That is correct. It's only weak to
Holy
ground.
mackerel.
There you go. That's Gastrodon
Is
too.
I was about to say, is that the VGC one?
Yes. There's the other type combination is on several Pokemon introduced in Generation 4.
Okay. Oh,
Several.
no.
And Claude's mad that you're missing it, so.
Claude's mad that I'm missing it, and it's on several Gen 4 boys. The Claude hint doesn't help me because I can literally only Pokemon in my head is Furret. And
That's
for me, it
terrible.
was Klefki. I don't know why either.
it's not like...
He loves building a specific team around one Pokemon all of the time from Generation 4.
It's not Vileplume.
No, it's not Vileplume because that's from Generation 1.
I know.
Bum.
Come on, brain.
Yeah.
Think of things. Come on. You've got this. I'm thinking like the...
I like to
the
remember
weird
that. I had
Gen
to
They
4
also,
line.
they also
very early in
unfortunately
the
gave it to a
morning.
Hisuian Pokemon, which was very frustrating to me because this type combination is so prevalent in Gen 4 already.
What are the Hisuians? It's not dark fighting. Wait, is it dark? No.
It's not Bug Rock.
It'd be weak to dark and it'd be weak to fighting and flying. No.
You're so close.
What are the Hisuians?
Oh my god!
Fighting. It's not fighting steel. That's weak to 2 things. It's not.
It's not Psychic Flying.
Dark
it's not...
poison. Only weak to ground. Drapion.
That is correct.
Oh my
Also
god.
on Skuntank. Also on Overquill.
I know. But
But yes.
the first one I jumped to.
Yes. Yeah, yes. That is all 5.
That
is
was a
3
slog.
points. You guys are off. You guys definitely got that on the first try. No struggle.
First try.
That was that was you guys are 4 for 4.
Yay, we caught back up.
So you guys are on to your base stat question as always. This one is going to come to you from Elite Four Brant. What is the fastest Pokemon with the ability Unburden?
Hawlucha has 116. Sceptile has 120. I think it's Sceptile at 120. Can you think of any other fast boys, Jushiro?
No, not with Unburden.
Yeah.
I've never used that Pokemon ability.
I unfortunately have. I've been cursed with using a Hawlucha. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Sceptile at base 120.
I'll go
You
with
locking that in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sceptile at base 120 is unfortunately incorrect. That's number
Curses.
2. That's number 2. Number 1 is, I did not know it had this ability, by the way. Excelgor with a space speed of 145.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad missing that.
Second place, though, is Sceptile at 120, and then Hawlucha at 118.
18, not 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, messing that up, Seth. I gotta correct you to make sure.
Oh no, I'm rusty on my Hawlucha stats.
Yes.
What'll I do?
Yep.
All right, so you guys got 4 points
shame.
today. How that shakes out, actually, to be fair, the trivia's been getting like way harder lately.
Yeah, it has been.
So I think it's because we're running
Starting
out
off
of easy.
with that.
I think we're, yeah, it does change up the standings pretty significantly, though. One, Jushiro's on the board, so like,
Woo!
Yeah.
that's new. So in first place, we've got actually Seth Vilo
Really?
with 17 points. In second
Cool.
place, our Sigma was 16. In third place, we have a two-way tie between Sublime and Linian with 15. We've got Whimsicott with 12, Shark with 8, Claude with 6, Mark with 5, and Jushiro bringing up the rear with 4.
Hello.
Everybody
there.
else is yet to get on the board.
Hello from all the way up here. How is it back there?
It's actually very cold.
So on that note, we're gonna kick it on over to we're gonna kick it on over to the topic. So let's do that. And welcome to the topic. Our topic today is our Pokemon type series. We do one of these a month whenever we're getting jazzed for ideas. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about fire types today. We're gonna try to come up with a list of our top 5 fire types and our bottom 5 fire types. The way this works, if you haven't listened to any of the previous episodes where we do this, is we have a list in front of us of every single fire type Pokemon, and we're gonna go through it, and we're gonna take turns proposing a top and a bottom candidate, and then we're gonna discuss why we think it should go there in the top 5 or the bottom 5, and then we're all gonna vote. And if it's unanimous, we'll put it on the list, and then you can yell at us in the emails next week
Heck yeah.
because we did something wrong. Sneasler, surprisingly, like very controversial.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, on both sides. If you put it on the top or the bottom, nobody was happy.
Wow. Yeah, I love it.
Everybody either hates it or loves it. It's fine. All right. So I'm gonna kick things off. This list does have Pokemon on it that I don't think should be here at all. And we do have highlights from the time we did Rock type because there are some overlaps. Macargo and Colossal did make our list previously in the Rock type. They were both worst Rock types on the bottom 5.
Yeah.
So
Those are good worsts.
I'm going to go ahead and kick things off though with I think what might be a very easy Pokemon for the top 5, and I'm going to defend it. I'm going to say, and I usually don't do this for legendaries, but I'm going to say Victini. I think Victini is a very cute original idea for a mythical Pokemon, and they always have to have their little fairy. Though Gen 8 didn't have one, which is actually really nice. Gen 8 didn't have like a fairy type Pokemon that was like
a base 100 Pixie.
Yeah, they didn't have like the base 100 Pixie, which I kind of appreciate at this point because it's overdone to death.
Yeah.
I think Victini is one of the better ones. One, because you don't see it that often in competitive. It used to be everywhere. One, I think it's a fun Pokemon because of its typing, its move pool, everything. I really have a good time with it. And I like its design. I like the encounter that you get with it on Liberty Island. I think that was one of the best ways to ever give away a mythical, was through that one, because that actually came with a story and the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Like I purposely, like when I play Nuzlocke in black and white, I will purposely like connect to the servers to get the ticket so that I can go encounter Victini. It's just a must for me. So I vote Victini though for the top 5.
I would be okay with that.
I second that. I do like Victini. Yeah, I do like Victini. He is right there, up there in the adorable factor. He is a fun Pokemon to play, and he was part of what we were waiting a long time, which they still haven't exploited as much as we like to, but that is the event, Pokemon events where you can go, experience in a quest to go catch.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I like Victini.
Yeah.
And thank goodness they finally added V-Create just to its base move pool.
Yeah, thank God.
That was long needed.
Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to propose somebody for the bottom 5.
Okay.
Which is actually, it's like somewhat easy, but somewhat hard at the same time, because like after this one, I don't know who else I'm going to yell at. The obvious answer, in my opinion, is 100% Semi-Seer.
Yes.
Oh God,
Unanimous.
yes. No, don't even question it.
I don't have to say anything. It's Semi-Seer.
I knew what you were going to say.
It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist. That's all.
Just put it there. In fact, put the other 2 there.
Well, they're not fire types, but
Go ahead and pre-fill those type charts.
in there. I know. I don't care. Put them in there.
pre-fill those in for like the other episodes that we do on fire and grass.
Exactly.
Or water and grass. We gotta pre-fill those in.
Exactly.
Very easy picks. To be fair, I think water types, I could probably find 5 worse than Semi-Poor.
I don't think you could. I don't. I
think I could do it. Because things like Basculin exist. Though Basculegion did redeem it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not White Stripe Basculin. Non-White Stripe Basculin are garbage. The Pokemon that exists because they didn't have enough fish Pokemon at the game.
That's true. Yeah. if you count the reasoning, the Pokemon themselves are cool, but this is the fire type one, not the water type one.
That's how this works out, though. That's the point. We're just going to talk about Pokemon, and we're going to either like it or not. The idea is to convince the other two that this is a good Pokemon or a bad Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right.
To be fair, Semi-Seer took nothing because it was literally voted the worst Pokemon of all the Pokemon of all time. Yeah, it was literally voted the worst one.
Wow. Okay. So, there's lots of options for fire, as we stated in the beginning of the topic, and it's hard to pick what's the best because they really do have a lot. But I'm going to pick one that is part of the OG, and I think it has never really gone out of style, and that is Ninetales. Good old Ninetales. If we're speaking about design and popularity, Ninetales is up there.
To be fair, Ninetales' popularity has only been very recent because of Alolan Ninetales.
That's a big reason, but regular Ninetales is also really up there from what I've seen. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's the combo.
I feel like it's boring. I don't know. Like I would even say like Vulpix is better than Ninetales.
But that's fair.
I think part of that's the nostalgia though, right? Like
yeah.
I think part of that's the nostalgia just because Gen 1 and like you had what's its face? You had Brock have a Vulpix, right? In the anime.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Vulpix is also just like a very classic Pokemon design. I really like because there's like a whole thing about the art, and like they actually use Vulpix as a good example of like how Pokemon art's changed. Because if you look at like Vulpix's design versus like if they were to make another fire dog Pokemon, you would notice that it's much rounder. Like even if you look at honestly, you can see a very drastic difference between like Hisui and Growlithe and just Growlithe.
Or just look at Zorua versus Vulpix.
They're
both fox Pokemon, mysterious fox Pokemon.
And one of them is definitely more cartoonish than the other.
Smaller feet, bigger head, etc., etc. Yeah.
Unrealistic proportions.
Okay. You veto?
I kind of want to veto Ninetales.
I think we're vetoing.
I think I'm going to veto. I think I'm going to veto Ninetales just because, like, I think it's good, but I don't know that it's top 5 good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
It's like I think like Ninetales is an honorable mention.
Honorable mention it is. So now, do I go straight to the bottom 5 now?
Yeah, give us your bottom 5. Yeah, give us your bottom 5 pick.
So I really, if someone has to put this Pokemon here, it might as well be me, as they say.
Sure.
You know, old yellow here. And that's Flareon.
Yep. I agree. I was going to think of that.
I like its design though. I like
its design.
Its design is pretty, but everything else about it is bad.
Everything else about it is bad. I wish it was
its
useful.
Move pool, its abilities, its stats.
But it's so popular.
To be fair, I don't know that I'm going to be like very good at picking bottom 5 because like I think about all of these at Art Macargo and Colossal and I'm like, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, these are all good. Like I'm not mad about any of these.
Well, Flareon for me, it's been a huge disappointment because as you all know, Jolteon's my favorite.
That's fair.
And it's like, I wish he would, I don't want him to necessarily be as good as Jolteon and Vaporeon back in the old, good old Gen 1 or from Gen 1 to 3. But at least somewhat competitively and somewhat usable and someone, you know, I've always wanted to have a full EV team and he's always out of that. He's the kid that never gets, chosen for the team at high school. So,
you know what? I'm okay with it. We could put Flareon there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Flare.
only because he's a disappointment. Not because he's a bad design, but because he's a disappointment.
No, design-wise, he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that
He's a disappointment.
It's so pretty for nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a big disappointment overall.
All right. I'll take that. Okay. Seth, what do you got?
All right, allow me to read a Pokedex entry for you.
Yeah, please.
When volcanic ash darkened the atmosphere, it is said that Volcarona's fire provided a replacement for the sun.
I just like you.
I love Volcarona.
I know
It's
you
a
do.
cool wannabe legend Pokemon that it's in the Desert Temple in Gen 5 because clearly it was worshipped. And it's just so cool. A 6-winged moth with a signature move up until later on. But a sun replacement.
Okay, so like I like it because it made bug Pokemon good. It made a good bug Pokemon. I think I like it.
It made a good bug.
I think I like it. I think okay, so like I would put it in the top 5 for sure in bug. Like 1000%. I'm just deciding on whether or not I would put it number 1 slot for fire. You know what I mean?
Absolutely would put it for fire because it's a bug on fire and it's just spreading flaming scales all over the place. The art that I've seen of that. Whew.
I do have the full art Volcarona V like right here.
Yeah.
Because I built the Kyogre deck. I'm building the Kyogre deck. But
Nice.
I might take that to League one day and just like really mess with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Volcarona. Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty card. He is a very furry bug, though. This is coming from the man that has like 27 carnivorous plants.
42,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
And I mean, I do have some emotional attachment to it because it's my number 1 nanny for egg Pokemon.
Yeah.
Carry him around all the way.
It's also just like one of the good Pokemon out of Gen 5. Like it's the one that I understand should evolve late. Unlike Braviary.
Exactly. Plus, its pre-evolution is the severed head of Arceus, God itself. So, like, how could you not love that?
Okay, that's not what it is, but that's okay.
It is, though.
It's not meant to be, though.
But look at it.
I know. You are correct. I'm not disagreeing with that fact. Okay, fine. We can put Volcarona there. I'll allow it.
Yeah. What do you think, Jushiro? Are you vetoing me?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with it too.
You're good with it? Sweet.
No, I'm good. It's a nice Pokemon, and
apparently the rule is they have
defi-
to start with V to be in the top 5.
That's where we're at. So Volcanian's next,
Yeah.
right? Like
Volcanion's next. All right. So here's my proposal for the bottom 5. And I'm going to say, why is this a fire type? Why is this a Pokemon? And why is this a fire type Pokemon? Turtonator.
Okay. But I kind of like Turtonator. Just because
I like
it's
him too.
And why is it a dragon? Like, why is it the type that they gave? It's based on a soft-shelled water turtle.
I like it because it's just unique. Honestly.
Yeah, unique is a word.
And then its name marks the pun levels for me.
Yeah.
I hate how slow it is and that its gimmick is useless. I really hate when Pokemon like makes these gimmicks and they just like you can just tell they're bad immediately.
Yeah.
And because like it has a cute gimmick and like its shell blow up thing.
Try and hit me.
Yeah, and it's like it's a cute idea, but it is bad.
Well,
it is
if
bad.
it cries.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Plus, it's just ugly.
Okay, but a lot of Pokemon are ugly, but they can still be endearing. Okay,
Right.
Not even endearing. This is just ugly.
I'm not gonna be mad about it because it's probably in the bottom 5.
My brothers are ninjas.
It's
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I won't veto it. I think I can't.
I won't veto it, but yeah, only because I can't think of anything I'm mad about.
I'm looking at the rest of the
Right.
list too. Like,
Well, like there's
bleh.
Pokemon there that I'm mad at,
But don't hate them.
and I don't know if that necessarily means they should be in the bottom 5, but I just like hate
Yeah.
them. You know what I mean? Yeah, so let's put Turtonator there. I'll say Turtonator.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, but I like his thing. Okay, so it's back to me. So for best,
Yes.
for top 5, and I like this because Thatch's chart of Pokemon are you an Alolan Pokemon or did you get an evolution in Gen 4? Those are Thatch's favorite Pokemon, right?
Yeah, I have that Volcarona's on my chart. I am the keeper of the charts. So
Alolan Marowak, I think,
Yeah.
is the best fire ghost type that we've ever had.
Oh my god,
we've had
that
3,
those some
right?
We've had 3, but I think Alolan Marowak's my favorite. Like Chandeler's cute, and I like Chandelure too. I think it like when it was the only fire ghost type in town, it was the winner. But Alolan Marowak, one, it's just like it's amazing lore, and it's like an amazing like wink at like the fan base.
Uh-huh.
You know, Marowak dying in Gen 1. I like that. I also like that it's actually good
Very.
in a lot of places. Like, in a lot of places. Now, hear me out. This is something that we never talk about on the show, and for good reason. But in Pokemon Go competitive,
Is it really?
Alolan Marowak's actually pretty decent.
Huh.
Yeah.
Noted. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, for all those times we'll ever play Pokemon Go competitive. That's something you should remember. The Pokemon Go competitive tournament on Puckle. You know, there's somebody who's just like, Thatch, don't laugh about that. I want to do it. And I'm still going to laugh about it. I don't
Just
think...
a little.
Yeah. But I think Alolan Marowak is a solid fire type. We're just going to say yes to all of these because these are all good. But like, Alolan Marowak, I think, is a solid fire type. The best fire ghost type. It's definitely better than Hisuian Typhlosion. Honestly, looking back at like Hisuian evolutions we got for the starters, by the way, I really think that all of them were unnecessary. The entire, because like I just thought to myself when they revealed them, I'm like, this changes my enjoyment of this game absolutely zero.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero. Like, it does not make it better for me. If anything, it might make it like a little bit worse because I was kind of excited to just run through with regular Typhlosion.
Yeah. Or regular Decidueye.
Or regular Decidueye. Or regular... Because like all of their themes actually were really good. Like the base Pokemon themes for the idea of like feudal Japan. Because like Typhlosion was like he's the volcano Pokemon, which is really cool for Japan. And then you had Decidueye, who before he was a grass fighting stupid mess was an archer.
Yeah.
Which is great for feudal Japan.
Still kind of an archer. It's just a different type of archer.
Yes. And then you had Samurott, who's literally a samurai. And then they're just like, but evil samurai. So like that one I forgive. I think that one I forgive the most.
Yeah.
There are other two. I'm just like, I don't think we needed this.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think we needed this. But that's just Thatch. That's just Thatch. But yes, Alolan Marowak. I think Alolan Marowak.
I'm totally good with
top
it.
5.
I absolutely love Alolan Marowak.
I can't veto Alolan Marowak.
It's such a cool, like, especially in pre-bank or whatever you want to call metas. It's such a cool Pokemon if it exists because it's got, with its abilities and typing, such a unique resistance pool that fills a lot of holes. Like Lightning Rod, Alolan Marowak with Thick Club. It's such a weird combo and it hits so hard and does way too... It's cool and it
does way better than it should.
And it's got cool colors in it instead of all these warm color fire boys.
Cool colors are the best colors. That's true.
That's why they're called cool.
Okay, so I can see 2 more bottom 5 Pokemon after looking at this list a little bit more. So we're going to go with Thatch's thing where he goes, oh, hey, I really like Pokemon if they got an Alolan or an Alolan form, or hear me out, if they're a Gen 4 boy. But there's one Gen 4 boy that I think is a terrible Gen 4 boy, and that is Magmortar. I think he's a bad Gen 4 boy. For several reasons. One, he's not in the main game of Gen 4. What?
Still salty.
Yeah, I am, because who does that? Who does that? 2, everybody got fat when they got an evolution in Gen 4. Okay, everybody did.
Yeah.
But he really put on the pounds. At least Electivire covered it up with fur. But Magmortar's just like, yeah, I ate too much, and now my arms are cannons.
Yeah.
Right.
I just feel like Magmortar, they could have done so much more with Magmortar than they did.
Or even, like, expanded on the Magmar theme, because Magmar looks so markedly different from Magmortar, and I prefer Magmar by itself.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if you look at Electabuzz, it's kind of the same way.
Sort of.
Electabuzz is better at hiding it, I think, than... Electabuzz is better at hiding it, because, honestly, it's got a really good baby form, and it's got a really good evolution. In terms of their design. I think Magby's okay, and I think Magby is a natural evolution into Magmar, but I think Magmortar kind of ruins it. Because, like, Electivire's got a nice theme that it ties together, right? Electabuzz, or Elekid has, like, the plug on his head. Then you've got kind of the weird stepchild in the middle, which is Electabuzz, which is just an Oni. And then you've got Electivire, but Electivire's got, like, wires coming out of his back, and he's actually got the female plug on his back, if you've ever looked at his design.
Yeah.
So like an Elekid could like plug into his back.
Super Electa.
Yeah, exactly. And but Electabuzz is kind of like the weird middle child because it was designed as a single stage Pokemon. Same with Magmar. They really screwed the pooch on Magmortar, I think. Design wise, competitively, it's awful as well. It's just bad. At least Electivire had like its year in the sun before Team Preview became a thing.
Yeah, you could Garavire.
Yeah.
So oh no, I'm gonna be hit by a thunderbolt. Now I'm faster.
Now
and
I'm
I hit
faster
13
than
of the
you.
17 types super effectively.
Yes. No, Electivire was good. I loved Electivire before Team Preview. I used to run one all the time. I'm like, I'm so glad this thing's OU. And then Team Preview came out and it's like, no, are you?
Not
I have no reason to
anymore.
exist.
Yeah, exactly. It's really sad. So just throwing it out there.
Can't veto Magmorta. You gave compelling reasons.
Yeah. So okay, are we good? We're gonna put Magmortar right here in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So for those of you at home, we're at 4 on the bottom and 3 on top. To be fair, we've only put out bangers for the bottom 5. I think. Like Flareon's the only one I was like, but it is disappointing.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Jushiro,
Okay.
you got a top and a bottom.
I got a top and a bottom. Okay, here we go. So for top Pokemon, you called my previous choice a little boring, a little bit too classic.
It didn't start with a V.
And that is fair. So instead, I'm gonna pick something more juicy. Now, when I say juicy, I really mean demonic. Because I feel that if we're gonna talk about Pokemon that are top 5 in designs and hype, at least I think that we should add Houndoom.
I was gonna say, like Houndoom. Okay, do we do Houndoom or Mega Houndoom? I think regular Houndoom's better, but
Regular, yeah. No, I don't particularly like the design of Mega Houndoom.
yeah, I think Houndoom is one of the most hyped Gen 2 Pokemon.
Yeah.
My only problem with it is that it's not until post game, which I don't understand still, by the way.
Yeah, and they repeated the same thing in Brilliant Diamond, and it's ridiculous.
Yes. No. I mean, it wasn't even present in OG Diamond and Pearl. They did make it catchable in Platinum. In Platinum, Houndoom is available pre-gym. I wonder how many games is Platinum, or not Platinum, but Houndoom actually in, where it's available to play through for the game. Because, like, I can think of Platinum, and I don't know that I can think of it.
Diamond and Pearl Platinum.
No, it's not. In Diamond and Pearl, you can't catch it until post-game at best.
Oh.
Let me look. Oh, maybe Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna let me find it. So in it is available. I should look up Houndour, I guess, maybe not Houndoom, but it's available in X, in Pokemon X. I do remember that it is available in Pokemon X. You can catch Houndour on Route 10, so that's good.
His design has always been top notch.
No, and I think his typing is like not terrible. Like Fire Dark's obviously good in Incineroar, and I just think that he's a better Dark Fire type than Incineroar.
Yeah, maybe not competitively, but
design-wise, I think it's baller. Yeah. I honestly think Houndoom is very underappreciated only because nobody gets to use it.
Yeah, fair. I think it's cool design. It's neat.
Yeah, I think it's a good design.
Hellhound.
Yeah, I think it's a very good design. So I would vote for it to be in the top 5.
Part of me wants to veto it.
You can veto if you want.
Think of a reason other. I don't think I want to, just because
you can veto. You can veto. It's allowed. I did it for Ninetales.
I know. I just I'm looking at others to see if like something, because we're at 3 of the 5.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's something more deserving than
we haven't put Charizard in there yet, so
I know.
Everybody knows we love Charizard.
We should do that if we fill the top bottom right now, maybe when it's Seth Vilo's, he has a opportunity to name one, and maybe we can drop one that is there.
Possible.
If we all agree.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
One last round to make a final appeal.
Sure.
Because we filled it pretty quick.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put Houndoom then in the top 5?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay, now Jushiro, what's your bottom pick?
That was a hard one because there's only one spot and there's 2 nominated in my end, but I'm going to choose with the most derpy one, and that is Colossal.
Well, that's already. Can we pull from that one?
We can pull from there. We just the only reason it's highlighted is to let people know that we also chose it, or to remind us that we also chose it for worst rock type in our list.
Yeah, I think by that it's already.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, then never mind. Then I'll go with mine.
I mean, I think both Colossal and Magcargo are both very terrible Pokemon, but
Magcargo's at least kind of cool. Colossal has no reason to exist.
No.
Like, it needs to be a train.
They ruined it. Why did Colossal? They're just like, hey, we came up with this really cool minecart motif, and then you know what? It's just Rhyperior.
Yeah, it's bad Rhyperior with rapid spin. What?
To be fair, it was really good in VGC for a hot second. Well, not for a hot second, for like a year. because its Gigantamax form is actually pretty decent.
Steam Engine should make it immune to those moves.
Yes, I agree with that
cool.
as well. Or at least reduce the damage.
Yeah.
If Steam Engine made it like immune or reduced, it might, with how its move pool is, it's actually got an extensively deep move pool that's really useful.
Mm-hmm.
It could see OU viable. It already was kind of OU viable for a little brief moment. It could be even more.
It was in VGC. You'd run like physical Dragapult with Surf.
Yeah.
And then you just like tap it while it G-Maxed, and then you could...
And then got...
And then you set up the its G-Max move. I forget what it's called. But it's essentially... it's the one that the starters get, the Kanto starters, where they have like 4 turns of like damage. So it was actually really good. So I mean I played with it for a little while.
Volcalith. G-Max Volcalith.
Volcalith, that's the word. But it is a terrible Pokemon. Okay, but I digress. You picked somebody who wasn't one of the rock types.
Right. And it's one of my disappointing... Even though the design is kind of great, I still feel he's a disappointing Pokemon overall, and that'll be Emboar.
Yeah, right. Yes. That was going to be my choice if nobody said it.
Knock it out.
I would have said Emboar, because Emboar is garbage.
Yeah.
Big dumb.
It was such a phone-in. I feel like Emboar is such a phone-in Pokemon, because they're like, oh, we need to evolve these starters. And they did a really good job, I think, with the Oshawott line. Like, it's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of the starters... and Sublime's not listening to this, so anyway, so like I think all of the starters from Gen 5 are kind of boring.
Yeah.
I think that Emboar is the most boring because they're just like, what type combination? Well, we're only going to get the fire type of type combination. Okay, why would you do that? And they're just like, but it's going to be the type combination that we've used the past 2 times.
Yeah, I think he was the one that triggered that whole firefighting exhaustion.
Okay, you can't tell me that they did not have internal discussions about making Incineroar firefighting. You cannot, nobody can convince me that there were not internal discussions of like Incineroar becoming a firefighting type.
Yeah, for sure. There were 100%.
Yes. And they were just like, oh, well, we want to make him stand on 2 legs because we don't know how to make Pokemon not do that. Mm-hmm. To be fair, I think we're about to enter into a world where they're just like fire ghost though. Because we're going to have Hisuian Typhlosion, and I could totally see our Fuecoco guy being a ghost pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just going to be like, yeah, he's a fire ghost type. And I'm going to be sad. Going to be big sad. All right. Yeah. So my vote is 1000% Emboar.
Oh yeah. 100%.
There we go.
Emboar. Okay. So we filled that out.
Emboar to the top.
Cool.
Yep. Now Savilo last round.
Yeah, Seth, we have one in the top, and then you can appeal for the bottom. You can make an appeal for the bottom if you would like.
All right.
But you can also we have one more top to go.
I'm going to go ahead then and fall on this sword because I think someone needs to. And I'm going to nominate the one, the only Charizard to the top 5.
No.
That is cool fire.
I veto that so hard.
It's a fire dragon and it's cool.
I veto it so hard. I veto it so hard because Charizard, you're just following on it to make the show longer.
No. I do genuinely think, like, taking out the fact that Gen 1ers and let's make a Charizard form for every game and blah, 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 its cards are...
I think that's the reason. That's the reason I veto it, though, is because not because of the cards or anything, but or the Gen 1ers, but because Pokemon has fallen into the habit of just like making Charizard special. Like the thing that I think was the straw that broke the camel's back wasn't even just like the G-Max form.
Why is it Leon's ace?
Not even. Well, that is very frustrating. The other part that is frustrating to me is that because Dex had happened, right? And they're just like, and one, I'm still very upset that they haven't put all of the starters into a mainline Pokemon game yet. Yep. Which I think is very insane. ? Is it? But what they did do when Sword and Shield initially released is Charmander was the only Kanto starter that you could obtain in Sword and Shield until Pokemon Home came out.
Yep.
And I think that is insane. I think Charizard needs to go in the trash because of that, because he has had so much favoritism. Puckle will not put him in his top 5.
Hey, I made the appeal because honestly, like taking out all of the, we'll call it Poke politics.
Yes.
It's a cool Pokemon. It's neat.
I agree with that like prior to Gen 7, Charizard's cool. I even think Charizard's cool in Generation 7. Generation 8 is just like what broke it. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, you guys are definitely riding on this, and I hate it. Like, I'll ignore that Charizard has two megas, and that we didn't even give Blastoise and Venusaur 2 megas.
Yeah.
I'll ignore that. But
Venusaur
like,
was too good. It didn't need 2 megas.
but when they were just like, yeah, we're only putting Charizard in the game.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
That's
you guys are.
I had to put it out there.
Yeah. No.
So,
No. Charizard's the favorite child.
I
and
would have
don't like
voted for you if I Seth Vilo. I would have
Yeah.
voted for you.
Yeah, the Gen 1er and
Oh,
you.
well.
Okay, do you have a bottom appeal? Because I have a bottom appeal that I think you would agree with. But
Oh?
I mean, I'll let you do it because it's your turn. But if you
I don't know.
a
Like,
bottom,
I could count cast form, but I don't count it as a fire type. I count it as a normal type.
no, I don't. We don't count cast form. Get cast form out of here.
Yeah. Go to your normal list.
Yeah, go ahead and I'll throw it to you, Thatch. Appeal it. I don't really have.
Okay, so we still need one more top, but
I was gonna say for the picking the top, maybe in this last round we can all speed pick one, and then we talk about the 3 we chose, and we choose
Okay.
one of those.
Well, want me to throw out another top that isn't Charizard? We could act like I didn't say that.
no, we're gonna keep the Charizard. We're gonna keep the Charizard discussion. Okay,
Okay.
the world needs to know my opinion. Okay.
I know. I wasn't saying delete it. I was just saying like since
yeah. I mean, I have other
Regardless.
ones, but yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would say for like another kind of like top fire that isn't a fire lizard, Arcanine.
Arcanine's a solid pick, and I like it better than Ninetales. I'm sorry, Jushiro.
It's fine.
It was going to be a legend. It had some of the highest base stats that wasn't a legend for a long time.
It's actually really good though. Like it is
move
really
pool's
good.
real good.
Like, because like the other thing I was gonna mention was like Blacephalon.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, that's another fire ghost we forgot about. Never mind. We already picked a fire ghost. Get that out of here.
But yeah, like Arcanine and Entei kind of occupy the same space in my head, and I prefer Arcanine of the two.
Oh, Arcanine's better than Entei though. Like if I were to pick one, I think Arcanine wins just in terms of design and overall aesthetic.
Yeah.
Entei's good because it fits into the trio. But Arcanine, it did have a movie, but that movie was actually pretty solid. Never mind.
That's what put Entei on the map for a lot of people.
Yeah, Entei did have a good movie.
Otherwise, it's very forgettable.
Yeah, unfortunately, Raikou only got a special in Pokemon Chronicles that nobody watched.
Yeah.
Pokemon Chronicles is pretty good, by the way, guys. Just throwing that out there for those folks at home.
But yeah, so that's my nom for the top is just regular old classic Arcanine.
I'll do it. I will vote Arcanine. That's it. Yeah, that's top 5 then.
So now we've got the round where we can each do one final appeal now that we've got them actually filled in.
Oh, we could do that. Yeah. So I was going to put somebody for the bottom that we haven't considered. I don't know if it beats out anybody that's in the bottom currently, but Talonflame?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's got a base 80 attack stat, okay?
81.
Yeah, well, you're looking at it competitively, but design-wise, that bird is fire.
Well, yeah, that's why it's here on the list.
I think the other reason is I'm going to argue against myself now because that's how good show works. Is that it is like an interesting bird Pokemon compared to what we had in the past.
Yes.
Like Staraptor was really good, and like I like when they innovate on the tropes that we get, right? Like because like there's always bird Pokemon, there's always rodent Pokemon, right? And they did a really good job innovating with Staraptor, I thought, and then we regressed real hard with Pidove. And then Talonflame was like a breath of fresh air. There were a lot of issues I had with Gen 5 outside of like the soft reboot, right? There's just a lot of issues I had. Mostly that like the soft reboot was just, they weren't even creative with it. They were just like, let's Gen 1 again, but with different pictures. And I mean, that is okay. Tell me that Gen 5's not that. And I think Talonflame was very innovative. Then Toucannon existed, and it's just like no. I mean, I think Corviknight was a good comeback though. It was a good comeback from the fall from grace that was Toucannon. So,
how about a top 5 that you might want to veto?
Oh, I have no idea.
Or not veto. Sorry.
I'm vetoing the Talonflame, honestly.
Okay.
2 of those are mine. I don't care. I mentioned Blacephalon, but like we already have a Fire Ghost, and I think Alolan Marowak's cooler.
Yeah.
And Volcanian's cool, but like that's
starts with a V.
It starts with a V, so that like it's already a shoo-in, right? But but I don't think I think Victinia's too cooler, like in terms of that class.
Yeah.
Well, if I would add one that would go to the top 5, you guys would say if it would beat anything there, but I know that people would be glad that I mentioned it. And I know for a fact the Shimu would be one, and it will be Oricorio, the Bela version.
I don't think it belongs in the top. I think Oricorio is a cool gimmick Pokemon, and I'm sad that it hasn't come back yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'd be really cool to get another Oricorio form. I think Oricorio should come back if we're going to Spain.
Yeah.
Yo, my God, yes.
I think Oricorio should come back. And then it's like these Pokemon with these gimmicks, they have such an easy in to just give it more things. Like, I'm still surprised to this day that we don't have like another Rotom appliance.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Like,
or usable Rotom Dex or phone. Like, make it electric psychic. I don't know.
Electric psychic, electric steel, like literally anything. I am very upset that we don't have that. And the same goes for like Oricorio is very easy to do that with. You just go, hey, because right now we have like a purple flower, a blue flower, a yellow flower, and a pink flower. You can just literally just be like, here's a green flower for Oricorio now. Now it's a grass flying type, you know?
Yeah. Right. And give it some sort of...
I don't think it belongs in top 5 fire,
dance.
but like, I would say that it's a good Pokemon.
Yeah, I had to mention it.
Yeah. Do you have a bottom?
Seth Vilo, any last thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh, bottom?
Yeah, any appeal there? Any bottom appeals?
Well...
You can say no. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, everything else here, pretty good.
I agree with this list for the most part. Like, I agree with this list.
Right, I don't feel like I need to throw in anything else. I think the bottom five, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Solidly bad.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to throw in there, Seth, before we kick it?
I don't know. I got like an honorable mention. I'm trying to decide which of the two pairings I want to do. Cause part of me wants to say, like, for instance, one of the Firebirds just being nommed to the top 5.
I think Ho-Oh is a very good honorable mention.
Yeah, Ho-Oh or Moltres even, like Fire Phoenix. They're very cool. They're very neat. I love the concept of Firebirds.
I would do Ho-Oh over Moltres only because Ho-Oh has like more lore.
Yeah, Moltres just kind of exists. Ho-Oh has a whole thing.
Ho-Oh has a whole thing, and I like Ho-Oh a lot better in the story compared to Moltres. I'm not saying Moltres isn't like interesting.
Right.
No, right.
But Ho-Oh, I think, is better. That's definitely an honorable mention. I don't know that I would kick anything out except for Volcarona.
No. Wow, rude. But yeah, that would be my honorable mention there.
For sure. What about anybody in the bottom for honorable mention?
No, this is a pretty good bad list.
You're honestly right, though. This is a pretty good bad list.
We perfected the bad list.
All right, so we're done with our round. So in the top 5, for those of you at home, we have Victini, Volcarona, Alolan Marowak, Houndoom, and Arcanine, with an honorable mention to Ho-Oh. Yeah. And then in the bottom 5, we've got Simisear, makes sense. Flareon, kind of makes sense. Turtonator, I don't necessarily agree, but I can't think of a reason why it doesn't belong there.
Yep. Same.
Magmortar, and Emboar. There you go at home. Feel free to email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com to let us know why we're wrong.
Yeah.
About all of this. Tell us your top 5 and bottom 5 fire types.
I know that Charizard one's going to be one spicy topic.
Oh, Ernie will email us, and he will let us know that Charizard is the reason for life. That is what it is. All right, so yeah, maybe we'll do another one in a month. I don't know what we'll do next, but we'll find out. All right. So without further ado, we're going to kick it on over to Puckle's Poke of the Episode right after this. So we will catch you on the flip-flop.
Episode.
And welcome to our Pokemon of the Episode. Our Pokemon of the Episode this week is National Dex number 800, Necrozma, the Prism Pokemon.
The Shield Pokedex entry says, Necrozma has attached itself to Solgaleo. It siphons away its host's limitless energy, exploiting that energy to fuel a rampage.
This is the Duskmane form in particular. Today we're going to be talking about that one. There are so many forms for Necrozma. One of them doesn't exist anymore, I think.
Rip.
Ultra Necrozma. I'm really sad that like getting rid of the Z-moves like just killed off like a whole form like that for a legendary.
I wish they'd be able to bring it back somehow, like some.
Yeah, I hope they find a way to do it.
I mean, they gave Regigigas an ability in Legends Arceus, so they can bring this back somehow.
I think it would be really cute to bring it back. I think it would also be really cute just to like, I don't know. Yeah, I think in terms of like the Dynamax, what they should have done if they really wanted to be cutesy is when Pokemon who had Megas Dynamax, they turned into their Megas when they Dynamax for those 3 turns.
That would have been cute.
I thought that would have been cute. So I wish they would have done that. But you know what? Fifth Charizard, that's all. Well, fourth. Fourth Charizard, but the real fifth Charizard is actually Regidrago.
The fifth Charizard is the Charizard in our hearts.
It's the Charizards we've met along the way.
So, Ultra Necrozma, or not Ultra Necrozma, Duskmane Necrozma is someone we're focusing on today. He's okay. One of the reasons people will typically use him is very much the same reason people would use Solgaleo, in that his HP is 97. He's a Psychic Steel type. This one is definitely slower, but a little bulkier and a little bit stronger, because it's got a base attack of like 157, which is insane. 127 defense, which is going to help you beat up Zacians on the other side of the field. 113 special attack and 109 special defense with a 79 speed, or 77 speed, excuse me. But it's a decent Pokemon. It's the team we have today is actually from the Salt Lake Regional, from Jeremy Boyd, who's one of like the big VGC players who's always out there. So I really just wanted to give people, before the Triple Tri-Attack tournament, a glance at a team that doesn't use Zacian, because 2 of your players are not going to be able to use Zacian.
Yeah.
And so you need to have a team that can not play against Zacian, or not play as Zacian. So here's one. This team's got Duskmane Necrozma. It's holding a weakness policy, so it's essentially playing the part of a Solgaleo. But the reason that we are using Necrozma here instead of like your typical Solgaleo is because of the Trick Room that this Pokemon has, because it's lower base speed than Solgaleo, so it makes it more usable in a Trick Room scenario. So it's 220 HP, 196 attack, 4 defense, 84 HP, 4 speed. I am sure that Jeremy Boyd has reasons for all of these. There's actually an article, so I'll make sure to post that in the show notes as well, so you guys can go read that if you're interested. Trick Room, like I said, Sunsteel Strike, Earthquake, because Earthquake's just good all the time, and Swords Dance as the ability. So that's your Duskmane Necrozma right there. Kyogre, on the other hand, is your partner in terms of this restricted format. This is pretty normal Kyogre, except you're playing with no speed, because it's Life Orb, Drizzle, 204 HP, 52 defense, 252 special attack, a quiet nature, so it's actually a minus speed nature. 29 IVs in speed, because you want to be able to outspeed some things, but be able to underspeed other Kyogres that might be out there. In terms of the Trick Room, in case somebody else has the same idea as you. But I like this set as well, because typically Kyogres will try to really capitalize on Water Spout, and this one does not. This one is Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, and Thunder. So it's a very fun Kyogre to run. Does somebody want to take the next two?
I'll take them. All right. So next up, we have a Mimikyu holding, of all things, Light Clay. The ability is, of course, Disguise, and the EVs are 252 HP, 140 defense, and 116 special defense with a sassy nature. And, of course, because we're playing in Trick Room, that has 0 IVs in speed. Moveset is as follows: Light Screen, Trick Room, Shadow Sneak, and Taunt. This is your secondary Trick Room setter, as well as just light screening for all of those kind of moves. So, quite neat.
Yeah.
With Disguise, you can reliably get one of those up, or possibly even 2.
Yeah, it's a second Trick Room setter, but then you can also get Light Screen up. And Shadow Sneak's just always good. My favorite thing is because, much like the TCG, I think Ice Rider Calyrex is better than Shadow Rider Calyrex. And
yeah.
Mostly because Shadow Sneak exists. Because anytime anybody brings out a Shadow Rider at this point, it's just like, oh, you're just going to die. Somebody's got Shadow Sneak.
Yeah.
Somebody's got Shadow Sneak somewhere, or you're going to play a lot of teams that have Shadow Sneak. Like the one thing that I really like is I like running Shedinja a lot in these formats, because Shedinja very rarely has many counters outside of one very particular cat.
Yeah.
Like they typically will not bring a move that will OHKO it, that will actually be able to hurt it. But if they bring obviously your friend over there, your Shadow Rider, the thing is, like a Shadow Sneak from Shedinja does something stupid like 75%.
Yeah.
And so like all you need to do is get like a little bit of chip on it, and then Shedinja just kind of comes in and cleans it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. But I digress. We should keep talking about Pokemon.
Yep. Keep it moving on. Next up on the list, we've got another support mon. We've got Amoonguss holding a Focus Sash. The ability is Regenerator, and the EVs are 244 HP, 220 defense, and 44 special defense with a sassy nature. IVs are, of course, 0 attack, 0 speed. And the moveset is Spore, Rage Powder, Pollen Puff, and Protect. Pretty standard Amoonguss.
Mm-hmm. That is actually pretty standard. The Rage Powder helps you get your Trick Rooms off when you need it.
Exactly.
You'd probably partner that more with the Duskmane Necrozma than you would anything else.
Yeah. Doesn't Pollen Puff heal or something like that if it's used on an ally?
It heals allies and damages opponents. It's absolutely stupid. Pollen Puff is too fun. Jushiro, you should grab these last two because I think they're standard-ish.
Yep, and speaking of fun for Thatch, we got Incineroar as the 5th place with Assault Vest as its item, and of course Intimidate. Its IV spreads, or EV spread, is 252 HP, 84 attack, and 172 defense with an adamant nature. It uses the Fire Blitz, Fake Out, Snarl, and U-Turn combo. Next up is much cooler regular Aleki.
Yes.
With a Choice Band item, Transistor as its ability. 252 attack, 4 special attack, 252 speed, and then a naughty nature. It contains Wall Charge, Volt Switch, Extreme Speed, and Explosion.
I like the Extreme Speed.
That's kind of fun.
It doesn't need to exist, but I like it. It's there. I feel like it's there just to like tap another Regieleki.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
I think it's just there to just be like, other Regieleki, no. You die. I always like Explosion Regieleki too, because they'll just like come out. I'm very surprised by the Choice Band though. It's very interesting.
Choice Band Explosion.
Oh, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. If you want these Pokemon, maybe without the Incineroar. I think you'll still get 6 because I can't trade you both Necrozma and Solgaleo. Solgaleo might also already be on the list for this month. But I will trade you some of these Pokemon in their shiny forms at Patreon at the $10 tier. All of the Pokemon from the rest of the month are also up still. So I keep those running until the end of the month, and then we'll switch them out when the next set comes out. So if you want to get them, you can still do it. All you have to do is join our Patreon at patreon.com/puclpodcast to get the shiny versions of all of these and have a good time playing on the ladder. So on that note, thank you for that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to the last segment of the show today, which is going to be the mailbag. So let's kick it on over there.
It's mail time! Send in your emails! Mail!
And welcome to the mailbag. The mailbag, as always, is the part of the show where you can email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com, asking us anything about Pokemon or even answering our mailbag question. Last week, we didn't really have one announced on the show. I did put one in the show notes, but nobody reads those. Because everybody will ask me what the mailbag question is, even though it is front and center in the show notes.
Oh, well.
I know, just for future reference, everybody. But yes, this part of the show is also brought to you by the fictional energy drink, Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves!
And as always, we give out the Green Tauros badge to the best email, and that's going to be a very easy pick this week.
Right?
Yep. We got one email for you guys, coming to you from Bear. All the way, he asked, the subject was there a question?
Yeah.
Was there a question this week? So I didn't even want to rerun the one that I put in the show notes because it's not going to matter.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Well, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to read this one from Bear.
Let's do it. Toodaloo, Puckle Crew. I listened to the last couple of minutes of the podcast multiple times now. Am I just too tired, or was there no question to the listeners this week? By the way, hooves.
Hooves.
Oh,
Hooves.
Thank you. If there wasn't any, let me fill the empty mailbag with some super weird German Pokemon trivia, and me, Jushiro, is all over that. Not sure if you find that as fascinating as I do at least, but here we go. The dark type in German is called unlit. Lit means light, and therefore unlit should more or less translate to not light. Think of dead, undead as a comparison. However, the thing is, the word unlit does not exist in the German language outside of Pokemon.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
won't find that word in any direct dictionary, and Google will send you straight to the German PokeWiki if you're searching for it. It's seemingly is a completely made up word just for Pokemon. There are only a few other sources that mention the word at all, but none of them seem to be older than Pokemon Gold and Silver. That's pretty freaking awesome. I cannot give you an explanation as to why they did this. Obviously, the German language knows a couple of words for darkness and dark already in Finsternies and Finster, and Dunkelhit, or Dunkel. It might just be a mistranslation, but a super interesting one, since Pokemon basically invented a new word for darkness in German.
Well, I wonder if they translated it from the English to the German. I guess that was at the time that they probably would have translated it from the English to the German.
Un means not, and licht in light is German, so therefore, that sounds like what they did.
Yeah, that's like a really bad translation. That's a really bad translation. It's because like I'm wondering it because like in Japan, dark type isn't dark type, right?
It's like the evil type or something,
yeah,
right?
Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we get like confirmation of that before like we spin it, right?
I'm looking it up.
I believe it's translated to the evil type. Yeah,
straight up evil type.
It's straight up evil type. So I'm wondering if like the translator, because I think at that time that was still when the game got translated from German to English and then from English to other languages. And I wonder if they were aware of like the evil type translation to dark type. And they decided, well, you know what? We're not going to make it dark type. We're going to make it something else so that people know that people don't just like call it the dark type in German or something like that. I wonder if that was a decision made by the German translator at the time, which is possible.
Many of those things are. Yeah.
So it's, that's all I'm wondering. It's just a very, very weird happenstance.
Okay. So now let's think about the no light in the context of the games. Not light. As a typing is super weird compared to all other types. All types describe what a Pokemon is made of, or has control over. But what does it mean if something is not light, or has control over not light? Categorizing something by what isn't can work, but not if that's what it apparently isn't, doesn't even exist. Ergo, was it a not light type Pokemon if there aren't any light type Pokemon? That's like having a gluten-free bread without gluten even existing. Lastly, since there's no light type, isn't technically every Pokemon not light type? I hope I enjoyed my weird 1 a.m. rambling.
That's probably true. I still wonder if it's a weird translation issue.
It probably is.
I wonder if it's just like it's that weird translation issue, or I also wonder, so like, you know how we have like all the crazy rumors when you're a kid too? I wonder how many of those light type rumors that we've heard over the years came from like Germany.
Interesting.
Just because like they had unlinked and they're just like, well, that must mean that there's a light type. So that must be happening. And the answer is there is one. It's called psychic type, but it's they just don't want to say it. Yeah, because that's what they use actually. Like we can go back to like the Poke of the Episode segment. We can go full circle here, right? And we talk about Necrozma. The whole plot of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon specifically is that in Ultra Space, there is a place where there is no light because Necrozma stole the light, and Necrozma connects with Solgaleo and Lunala to steal their light because they brought light to the Alola region.
Yeah.
If you look at all of the typing, and then when Ultra Necrozma appears with all of the light, it changes. It's a psychic type. Solgaleo and Lunala both share psychic type. So psychic is the light type in my humble opinion.
It is. Agreed.
I think they just called it psychic at the time because they didn't know what else to call it.
And think about the word psychic is generally like psychic powers, but also just really smart things. So they might be enlightened.
I think at the time they didn't think that far ahead, and then they decided, we need something.
I mean, it's hard that.
Well, when they tried to balance it, because that's why Dark and Steel type exist, was literally as a response to Psychic type, because Psychic type was so dominant in Gen 1, it's insane.
Yeah.
Though I did a lot of research. This is really stupid. Thatch knows too much. I did a lot of research when I was doing like my Gen 1 living decks, which I'm almost done with, by the way. And at some point, I'll just stream me grinding the Pokemon Stadium out. But it was I did a lot of research to like look into the competitive history of Gen 1 Pokemon. And surprisingly, it's not 6 Psychic types. I'm still amazed by this. They found a way around it, but it's a Psychic type Pokemon was on every team. Like it probably two, because I think Starmie was big for a little bit. It's not the number 1, but it was pretty big. And then also Alakazam.
Yep.
Were almost on every team. And then you had Tauros, and because normal type stab, Hyper Beam, because Hyper Beam was a physical move. It was so dumb. There were so many dumb things. It's fine. It's fine. Gen 1 is bad. But I think the green Tauros badge should go to Bear this week.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a good choice.
Yeah, out of everybody that sent an email this week, I think he was the best one. If you want to email us next week to let us know what your top 5 and bottom 5 fire type are, or why ours are wrong, please send that in to puclpodcast@gmail.com. I would say if you want your email read on the show, the best way to do it is to only pick a couple of Pokemon that you think belong at the top, or comment on something that we do. Do not give me like a list of your top 5 and bottom 5 defending each one. Those typically get too long. So definitely keep that in mind. So
yeah, think of it like the second half of ours where we made an appeal on both of them.
I like that too. Make an appeal. Like explain why a Pokemon deserves to be in the top or the bottom. So yeah, without that though, without further ado, if you want to hang out with us throughout the week, make sure you come to pucklediscord.com where you can hang out with us on our Discord server. We really like hanging out with you guys. Also, make sure you come and hang out with us over on our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those places. Another way to do it is also to catch Puckle Plus, which I think is on a hiatus for, what's it called right now? Battlecast, but it'll be back one day.
Yep. We'll be coming back, I think, in August if
next week,
everything goes right.
Next month. Yes. And then, of course, you can go ahead and follow us over on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepokopodcast, where we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and we have a lot of fun doing it. And then random other days. The best way to actually keep up with us on Twitch, if you want to be there, is to be on our Discord. Honest answer. But if you do want to follow us on Twitch, it's usually 7:30 Eastern is usually when I'll jump on to stream those games. It's a lot of fun. I just like hanging out, playing Pokemon, talking Pokemon. It's my job.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, if you want, you can always help out the show by going over to our Patreon at patreon.com/pucklepodcast, where you can get Pokemon distributions. I need to bring back the topic thing so you guys can start voting on topics for the show and maybe get your ideas on the show. So I really like doing that kind of stuff. So on that note, though, guys, I have been Trainer Thatch.
Some say I've been Lord Jushiro.
And I've been Lord Seth Vilo.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
It's closing time.